Hello, I'm Jasmine Sahu and welcome back to What's On, your daily listings guide for Sheffield, broadcast throughout the week at 6:04 p.m. on Sheffield Live TV. Tonight's programme will see us checking out the Northern Arts Festival at Theatre Delicatessen this weekend. A night of performance, all produced by local artists. We give our verdict on what the night was actually like. And later in the show, we have an interview with Rachel Salway, the Sheffield entrepreneur who is running a campaign to rescue children from sex trafficking. It's a serious topic, and we're always glad to talk with people who make a difference in our city. But first tonight, it's time to take a look at the upcoming listings for live music in Sheffield. Live at the Lead Mill tonight are Sunset Suns, the Australian four-piece who are planning to take Sheffield by storm. They'll be promoting their latest EP, The Fall Line, which was released yesterday. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. and tickets are £9. Make for Yellow Arch Studio tomorrow to see Nancy Kerr and the Sweet Visitor Band. Nancy Kerr is 5 times Radio 2 Folk Award winner, and her lyric writing has often been compared to William Blake. If that sounds good to you, the show starts at 8 p.m. and tickets are £12 on the door. And finally, this is a heads up for Hitomi at Corporation on Friday 13th. After 8 years and 4 albums, this is their last ever show, so it's a big one. Tickets are just £5, so get in there now. So that's live music for today, and what an exciting lineup it is. Art and culture up next. Let's see what lies in store in the next few days. Sister Act starts at the Lyceum Theatre tomorrow night and runs until the 14th of March. Based on the Tony Award-winning film starring Whoopi Goldberg, this is an amateur production by Joseph Weinberger Limited, featuring the original music by Alan Menken. Anyone interested in art may be interested to catch Rory Pilgrim tomorrow, giving his lecture as part of the Transmission series run by the Sight Gallery. Held at Sheffield Hallam University in their Pennine Lecture Theatre, this series asks various artists to reflect on how and why they became artists. The lecture starts at 4:30 p.m. And if you want to laugh, check out The Last Laugh Comedy Club at the Les Car on Thursday evening. On stage you'll see Katie Mulgrew, reluctantly famous for being the daughter of Jimmy Cricket, and Steve Gribben, a Scouse exile who's a regular at the Fringe. Doors open at 8 p.m. and it all kicks off at 8:30 p.m. The Northern Art Festival is a monthly performance event held at Theatre Delicatessen on the Moor. Presented by Charlotte and Tim Productions, the festival is a celebration of emerging artists from the North. Previous shows have included some pretty unusual stuff, being hugged by a man-sized gorilla, for example. But let's see what they had in store this time. Theatre Delicatessen, the Moor, Saturday night. By day, the former Woolworths store is a volunteer-led cafe, but by night it plays host to all kinds of avant-garde theatre. On Saturday, it was the turn of the Northern Art Festival, which this month was part of the Festival of Debate. This is a live theatre event unlike any other.
I'm Charlotte Blackburn and I'm half of Charlotte and Tim Productions. Northern Art is a performance festival used for artists to platform their work in a professional context. It's completely free for audience members to come, and all performances are pay what you decide. It's monthly, and from next month will be the first Friday of every month. So as part of the Festival of Debate, we gave people a brief of politics.
The evening started off with a comment on politics by Erin Lawlaw, essentially a piece of stand-up comedy about the absurdity of modern politics.
You're going to be a Conservative, try to look really angry. Please. All you have to do is hold a piece of paper, I'm not going to make you do anything. You're going to be Labour, try and look really smug. You're next.
All right, cool.
and then you're all these silly other ones. So this is what makes up the political system. We have these three that people actually care about, and then this lot.
There was then a gap whilst the next act was set up, a recurring theme of the evening. Although these pauses did disrupt the pace a bit, the audience did seem to enjoy the chance to gossip about what they'd seen. A great feature of the night was being able to move between the many performance spaces in Theatre Delhi, from the shop floor to the back room to the basement and kitchen, all added a different dimension to the performances. The second act was Fatherland by Katharina Arnold, a strange but striking piece involving cutting raw liver, then later throwing it at a cutout father.
He always loved me from the day I was born. He just couldn't help it, even when I hated him, and I couldn't help but to hate him, to despise, to adore.
Next, we were down in the basement with a play called I, Clodia by Susie Casson. In a moody atmosphere, we were given a different look at the character of Clodia, a Roman lady maligned by political writers like Cicero and poets like Catullus.
You're here to sit in judgment over me, I believe. Are you the best they could find? Well, go on. Don't be shy. Take a good look.
Upstairs in a former kitchen area, we saw a piece about female genital mutilation. Drawing on biblical mythology, Lilith by Kate Radford was stark and stylish, with a great use of symbolic props. It certainly made us think.
The female of Samael is called Serpent.
And last but not least, we were treated to Just Saying How It Is, a half-hour of poetry by Carol Robson, based on her life experiences as a member of the LGBT community in Rotherham.
Town square still devoid of sound as I wait for tumbleweed to roll in from side streets to converge here in this square of disillusioned hopes and unfulfilled dreams.
And so ended a packed evening. Northern art proved itself varied, unusual and exciting. Certainly something to look out for in the coming months. That was the Northern Art Festival at Theatre Delicatessen. Check out their Facebook page for details of the next show. Now on What's On, it's time to look into events going on in our community. You might normally associate Exposed with music, but the Exposed Awards 2015 are all about the best places in Sheffield, from pubs and restaurants to salons and boutiques. This year it's Oktoberfest themed and will be happening at the O2 Academy. That's on Thursday, the 12th of March. The South Yorkshire branch of Greenpeace are holding their monthly meeting tomorrow night. When Sheffield Live spoke with the group back in December, their main concern was changing fracking laws. If the environment gets your blood up, then why not join them at 8 p.m. at the Red Lion on Charles Street to see what their latest campaign is. And finally, there's going to be a craft market in the Millennium Galleries on Saturday the 14th. If you're looking for an alternative to the High Street, head down between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and check out original artwork, jewellery, prints and more. When it comes to Sheffield and sport, there's an awful lot of different activities to choose from. Here's a selection from the next couple of days. If you fancy a bit of ice hockey, the Steelers are going to be playing Cardiff at Motorpoint Arena on Wednesday the 11th. The last time the Steelers met Cardiff last month, it was a pretty convincing defeat, but maybe home ground will give them an advantage. Play starts at 7 p.m. In netball, the South Yorkshire Winter League will be out in force tomorrow. There are 4 matches underway at the English Institute of Sport, and one to watch out for is Sheffield Stormers 1 team playing Sheffield Concord 1 team. These two are leading the league table at the moment, so the competition is sure to be fierce. And lastly, the Sheffield and District Squash League have matches playing tomorrow. In the Ladies' League, Fulwood Ladies are playing at home against the Phoenix Ladies, and on the men's side, the Division 2 teams for Abbeydale and Hallamshire will be taking to the court in Abbeydale Sports Centre. Exciting stuff. Next tonight, we're going to be showing you an interview that I filmed this weekend with Rachel Salway. Rachel is a local entrepreneur who runs Rosanna, an online business boutique. It's a business that's not just about making money. Since a life-changing trip to Africa in 2007, Rachel has been using business skills to raise money for the Stop the Traffic campaign. Destiny Rescue is the latest offshoot from this work, and I caught up with Rachel to find out what it was all about. So we're here at Sheffield Town Hall on International Women's Day, and I'm here with Rachel Salway from Rosanna. Hello Rachel, and
Hello.
Welcome to What's On.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Can you just tell us a little bit about your business?
Yeah, Rosanna started with fair trade and has progressed into empowering survivors of human trafficking, and recently looking at employing our first survivors of human trafficking in the UK. Imminently, we'll be launching a brand new collection of jewellery that will be made by survivors in the UK.
So Rachel, can you tell us about why you decided to use your business to support worthy causes like Stop the Traffic?
Well, basically it started in 2007 with a series of trips to India and Africa, and I was traumatised really by the poverty that I saw out there, and decided that I wanted to use my business skills, my business background of 15 years of retail and leisure management, to somehow help these people, to give them independence, give them a life and empower them really. And so it started all from there so many years ago.
What is your current campaign, Destiny Rescue, all about?
I've got a whole collection of jewellery that supports different charities in the UK and abroad, and one of the charities is called Destiny Rescue. And Destiny Rescue is an international charity who literally go undercover into brothels, and they help children escape from traffickers.
And how young might these children be?
Well, they can be really young. And it's devastating, and it really saddens me that human beings can do this to other human beings. And so basically it costs £1,000 to send an undercover rescue team into these dark places and help these children escape. So my campaign was to raise enough money to rescue a child. Within 2 months of starting the campaign, I rescued the first child just before Christmas, and I'm well over halfway of rescuing the second child.
Do you know what has happened to the first child that you rescued?
Well, they are taken into a safe house environment, and then they try to reintegrate them, they counsel them and go through all the trauma of everything that they've experienced and put them into loving homes in the area. Sometimes they will go back to their original villages and what have you, but sometimes it's really not safe for them to do that, so they'll take them to a different place, but still in their same country, in their same culture and community.
How can people help support your campaign?
So the Destiny Rescue campaign is raising money through party plans that Rosanna does. Basically 10% of all turnover from party sales goes to the campaign, and also people can buy a Stop the Traffic Destiny Rescue bracelet, and then £5 is donated as well.
So we're here today at Sheffield Town Hall, where there's an event for International Women's Day. Why are you here? What does International Women's Day mean for the causes you support?
Yeah, I think that this is a brilliant day because it is honouring women. I've worked with lots of vulnerable women, women that have been coerced, women that have been tricked and abused and traumatised, and this Awareness Day and International Women's Day is just fantastic for a sense of honouring people in general, and that's really what it's all about for me.
What do you think needs to change in the world for campaigns like the ones you're running to not be necessary?
I think the more that everybody who, doesn't agree with this stands up and says, no, we're not having it, stop the traffic, stop this, stop that, and makes a stand and creates awareness and says, no, it's not just the other side of the world, it's happening here in Sheffield, it's happening all over our country. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to fix it? And how are we going to combat this crime? Because it's been so undercover and under the radar for so long, and the more it gets exposed, the better. The more awareness, the more that people are joining forces together, whether it's the police or businesses or church people or whatever it is, the more that's done about it and the more that we stand together as a united front and say, no, this is not going to happen anymore, the better, in my eyes.
And in one sentence, can you just tell us why supporting these campaigns is important for you?
It just actually breaks my heart to know that children are being abused like that on a daily basis, and I just can't not do anything about that. And that's why I'm so determined to rescue the next child and the next child and the next child and stop the traffic.
That was Rachel Salway talking with me on International Women's Day about her work to stop sex trafficking. If you want to help further her ambitions, then check out her website, www.rosanna.com, where you can find lots of great items like this bracelet, which is for Destiny Rescue, as well as other items supporting Rachel's other campaigns. It's time for today's social media roundup, the part of the show where we look at what you, the people of Sheffield, are saying about your city. And we've got quite a bit about Northern Arts Festival, in fact. Charlotte Blackburn, who is the organiser, has tweeted, #NorthernArts2 was amazing last night at Moore Deli, your Butte venue, you. Can't wait for next month, and we certainly can't wait as well. It will be really interesting to see what they bring to the show next. Chris Chapman has also said, diverse and interesting performances this evening at Charlotte_Tim's at Fest of Debate, #NorthernArt2 at Moore Deli. At Kakaraz was my favourite. We've also got a tweet from Mia Pony Design talking about the craft fair that's at the Millennium Galleries this weekend. Next Saturday, you can find our stall at the Millennium Gallery Sheffield. Find your gifts for #Mother's Day, #gift ideas, which is probably a very good idea if you haven't yet got your mother any gift for Mother's Day, which is this coming weekend. And that's it for What's On tonight. If you have an event that you want to tell us about, please email us at whatson@sheffieldlive.org, or you can contact us via Facebook or Twitter at Sheffield Live, or use the #What'sOnSheffield. Tomorrow we'll be back with more details about what's happening around Sheffield. Coming up next on Sheffield Live, we have our daily news programme, so stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.